We know that Resurrection Sunday is good news, but why is it good news for you? Like, how does that help you and me in our lives? What's so cool about Resurrection Sunday is that everyone thought it was all over. It had been amazing 3 years of ministry, but of course their great hope, Jesus, was now dead and gone, beaten, and they were alone and afraid and scared. And of course then we hear this whisper, that Mary has found him, seen him gone to the tomb's empty, and she's seen him. And, of course there's all that disbelief that goes on. But in that time, there was such a point of hopelessness and disappointment and end and finality and loss. And we've all felt those things. We've all experienced those things. So how Resurrection Sunday is so important of what it's an emblem of for our lives is when everything's lost, when everything's gone, when everyone's left us, when things aren't working out that we want them to, when we feel powerless to change anything and believe it's hopeless, something can really change. And the fact is that this Jesus that so many of us know, or maybe you don't know him, he rose from the dead. This is the time we celebrate him rising from the dead. And what that means for us is in all the things in our lives, he can come into them and change them. So it doesn't matter what's going on in your life right now, your hopeless situation, wherever you're watching this, he is present and he is able to change the situation that you're in. And I have to say, sometimes changing the situation is changing not only the way we see it, but changing our heart in relation to it. And one of the things he gives us, that many of us don't realize this, is through a period, let's get hit by a wave here, through a period of stress, through a period of disappointment, through a period of trauma and just ugly times. It's in those times as we meet him again and again and again. I went through an extended period of this in my life where I was just tested for so long. It was so hard and so many people abandoned me. And ultimately I just lost confidence in myself, had so much doubt about myself, but he continued to meet me again and again and again in my areas of desperation. Now, most of those times when he met me, someone was helping me. So we do need to get help from others. But I want you to know this, during that time I grew. So the time that you're in right now, if it's a tough one, the times that we've been through, as we walk with him, we do have the opportunity to grow with him. Because some things you don't get out of, some things you don't bust out of, some things you don't overcome, some things you don't get through, some things you grow through, some things you grow out of. And if we walk with him, we have the opportunity to grow out of them. Now, what does walking with him mean? Well, that's the subject of another video. But I want you to know on Resurrection Sunday, whatever you're facing in your life, whatever seems hopeless, there's hope. Whatever's going on in your life in relationships, whatever's going on in business and finance and the future of your life, there is such hope in God, because everything was lost after Jesus was crucified. And it was only the day that we celebrate today that the disciples were waking up to the deeper, real truth that he's risen and he's with them. I just got hit by a cool wave. So, sending love from the beach. May you find the hope that's real.